Welcome. I am author D.M. Patterson, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the fundraiser that I created for my twin sister. For those of you who don't know, my twin sister is Deborah Chucoski, and she is on her journey as a Para-Triathlete Olympic hopeful for the Paris 2024 Olympics. I recently did an interview with my twin sister on my channel, and I will link that below if you have not seen it yet. For those of you who don't know, my twin sister has been traveling all over the world with her guide, completing numerous races towards the Olympics. I decided that I would do a fundraiser for my twin sister. This fundraiser is meant to go towards any traveling expenses and gear that she needs. For those of you who may not know who I am and were given this YouTube video because you are friends of Deborah, hi, I am Donna. I am her twin sister. And I am an author. I publish under D.M. Patterson. As an author, I figured this fundraiser would need to do something with my writing. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do. At first, I was thinking a book, but that would take too long to get edited and published in a timely manner. But then I decided it needs to be a poem because then it would be short. And I love writing poetry. I love the power and the emotions that poetry can evoke. It did take me a little while to figure out what I wanted to write because I wanted to write a poem that encapsulated Deborah's journey, but was also applicable to more than just Deborah. I thought about athletes and their journey. I used to do triathlons as well with my twin sister. I remember what it was like to train. I remember the cold mornings and not wanting to get out of bed. I then thought about the old Irish blessing poems and very old sayings about blessing people on their journey, blessing people on the road, the kind of blessings that were short and to the point, but their meaning was very powerful. I then tried to smush the two together. I then thought about what kinds of things would an athlete like to hear as a blessing? What kinds of things motivated me when I knew that no one was watching? I thought about the times when I didn't want to get up in the morning, when I didn't want to run in the rain, when I had to work around an injury, these kinds of things that may be setbacks that the entire crowd that is there to cheer you on at a race, they don't see that. They just see the ending touch. They see you power through and cross that finish line with the energy and the adrenaline pumping from the crowd cheering you on. They don't see those times when you're crying because you hurt yourself and you know that's going to set you back on your journey. So I thought about what an athlete needs to hear, what an athlete would like to see maybe as a gift during their journey. Sometimes just knowing that other people are cheering you on and are there for you and they're thinking about you, even if they're in an entirely different state, even if they don't get up at 5 o'clock in the morning with you, even if they can't run the distance that you can, it's nice to have a little something encouraging you along the way when the crowd is not there, when the adrenaline of race day is not there. The poem is called, as you may have guessed, Athlete's Blessing. May currents push you toward your goal and not impede your stride. May roads be gentle on your soul and love prevail as guide. Though waves will buffet hard against, and paths will blur from sight, may courage course through muscles tensed to face the doubt and fight. May challenge build a sharper smile against the howling sky. May pride swell more with every mile and fuel the will to try. As you may have heard, I did put elements of a triathlon in here. I was very tempted to spell the last word T-R-I instead of T-R-Y, but I knew that wouldn't be as widely applicable. There are elements in here that point to my twin sister. The reference to the paths blurring from sight. I am referencing the time when my twin sister and also my other two sisters, they are in my heart as well, when literally their eyesight began to blur and they could no longer see very well what was in front of them. But it also refers to times when you kind of feel like your way is lost and you don't really see a straightforward way to go. I also have and love prevail as guide in here as a reference to the fact that my twin sister is using a guide to help her get through these races. I think there is a great deal of love and compassion in these guides who are willing to set aside their own personal goals, even though they are in peak physical condition and could probably do a great deal on their own with their personal records and whatever journey they have and goals that they have. They set all of that aside to reach out and help somebody else who has their goals of their own but needs someone to guide. And I wanted to put an element of that in here without making it too specific, because sometimes even if you don't have a physical guide in front of you, like these para-triathletes, the visually impaired triathletes have to, sometimes knowing that there is love of family, friends, community, sometimes that helps you continue forward. The rest of the poem, I allude to my twin sister's extreme determination, her willingness to fight, her stubbornness to just keep going, keep working hard towards her goal. And I think it is so inspirational. And that is one of the things that I know when people meet her and talk to her, they see at once that yes, she is legally blind, but she is not allowing that to stop her. And not only does she train hard, and her determination physically is a very inspiring thing to see, but she also mentally and emotionally has a very encouraging outlook on her life, on her journey beyond races. She is very encouraging towards her children and telling them not to let things impede them. She's always willing to reach out to those around her. She is willing to meet with people who have their own journeys that they are going through. She gives them an inspiring word and helps them with their journey as well. I hope that you are just as inspired by her journey as I am. If you would like to buy a copy of the poem, I have printed copies of these, and I also ink sign every one of them. So the poem itself is printed, but then I personally ink sign all of them. I have 3 frame options. It is this brown one that is just hang only. It doesn't have the option to sit up on a shelf. I have this gray one here that does have the option to sit up on a shelf if you don't want to hang it, but there's also the ability to hang it as well. And then this one is becoming the most popular. It is a black frame, even though there's a low profile on the front, you can't see any of the frame, but here's the black on the side. There is the ability to hang it as well as set it up. I will link the Etsy account below, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for supporting my twin sister on her journey as a para-triathlete Olympic hopeful for Paris 2024.